In this video, I'm going to show a brief description about how to use WebTess to set up access for teachers so they can enter attendance and gradebook data. First, I've logged into WebTess as an administrator, and as an administrator, I can go to the Security menu and go to Set Up Teachers. Under Set Up Teachers, it shows all of the teachers that I have already entered into the program. And to set up a teacher then, I just click on their name and I can put in a user ID and a password for those teachers. We suggest you use their email address as their username, which allows teachers to more easily recover their password if they forget it. So I put in a password and I'll just close this. The other options allow you to control what teachers can do once they've been logged into the program. For example, you might want to decide that the first screen they see is the attendance screen by class rather than the grade screen, depending on how often they'll be entering attendance. If they're entering attendance every day, it'll be useful to have their attendance come up first. Then there are options to indicate whether teachers can enter attendance by homeroom in addition to attendance by class. There's an option to allow teachers to download class lists in an Excel file format. There's an option that would allow teachers to upload marks from an external gradebook program like Integrate or Remark. The option to disable anecdotal comments indicates that you only want teachers to enter or select comments from the defined comment bank. If you uncheck this, it means they can enter their own comments. There is an option to allow teachers to change their own passwords when they're signed in. There is an option to indicate that teachers can send emails directly from WebTess to parents. And there's an option to indicate whether they will see all the classes for the entire year or only the classes for the current term. Finally, there are options to allow teachers to view more detailed information about students, including details such as medical alerts and notes. And if you have the discipline and incident component in tests, you can indicate whether teachers can view those incidents and also whether teachers can add or edit those incidents directly from the classroom. Finally, under Instructions for Teachers, you can put in a message that will be displayed to the teachers each time they sign into the program. So you can use this to remind them, for example, when marks are due or if there is special information about attendance to be entered. Now I'll sign off and I'll show you how it will look then when a teacher signs in. Once the teacher signs in, of course, the first thing they see are the instructions that you've set up for them, and they have to click close to get rid of those instructions. And since I've given this teacher access to both attendance and grades, those are the menus they can see. Under grades, it shows the classes that they are currently scheduled to teach, and they can click on any class and it will bring up that class list for them. I'll be doing a more detailed video later just for teachers on how to use the specific aspects of the gradebook and mark entry program. But in this screen you can see they have access to the student information. They can click to see more detailed information. They can click on any student number and it'll bring up the name and birth date of the student. They can click on the pencil and they can enter in their own notes about that particular student if they want to. And they can also switch over to attendance so they can enter in attendance for the day. Again, by just selecting a class, and here it is ready to show them attendance for the day. They also have options to be able to view previously entered attendance, as well as view the student's current schedule. And in my case, I allowed them access to the discipline component so they can see any discipline incidents that have been entered for this student. And then finally, under My Students, they can see all of their students in all of their classes combined together.